Great Scott! Great Scott! Great Scott!
Hello everyone, and welcome to Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. Thanks for watching. Now, last time I talked about this, we weren't exactly sure. There were some rumors abounding. We're still not sure, but it looks more and more like there's a possibility DC is going to move ahead with this Justice League movie idea. And there are people out there saying that it could be good because, Jim Lee has already said that he believes that the DC characters are more well known to the audience than the Marvel characters are. And the truth is that characters like Iron Man and Thor and Black Widow and Hawkeye are all B grade, C grade, D grade characters, second tier characters that the common general public audience did not know before these movies started coming out. But here's the thing, they know them now. They know Iron Man because there's been 2 Iron Man movies. They know Thor because there's been a Thor movie, and women like Chris Hemsworth because he is kind of like a demigod, in looks and in strength and the way his muscles look. So you can, you get a director like Kenneth Branagh, and you can pick up other audience members that you might not have gotten with just a superhero movie. DC, I have always felt, likes to take the easy way out in their movies. We've seen movies like Catwoman. We've seen movies like Steel. Both characters have enough history, have enough stories about them, and have enough coolness factor on their own that they could have been cool movies if DC would have taken the time and actually done something with them. Jonah Hex, a Western that has roots in comic books, could have been so cool, and it has magical elements, and it has action, and I like the Jonah Hex story, and I like Westerns when they're cool and good, and I haven't seen a cool and good Western in a long time. When they announced Jonah Hex, I was super excited, and then they went the route of least resistance. Let's just put it out there and hope to make $100 million, which they didn't. Same with Catwoman, and same with Steel, which was a huge abomination. But they have the ability, they have these characters, they have the same roots in place that Marvel does. It's just that Marvel has been willing to do their due diligence. Now you can look back in the 80s and see the Fantastic Four movie that was never released. There are some pictures online I think you can find still. So it's clear that Marvel had to go through those growing pains as well. But it seems to me that since DC had Superman back in the 70s, they should have had the time by now to get everything in gear and to be where Marvel is. But Marvel is just way better at planning, way better at letting their comic book people handle some of the mundane details. DC likes to go, well, let's hire a director and just let him handle it. We don't want anything to do with it. And I think that that's a problem. I think that the creative guys in the comic book world, your AV Arad over at Marvel, your Stan Lee over at Marvel, your people that have for years and years been dealing with these films and have been putting everything together and have been making sure that everything is connected and it's the same universe. I don't know what they're doing with Spider-Man, but I know that all of the characters that are in the Avengers were built up over the years, and I've already talked about this. But now, from what I'm hearing, if they want to get this movie out by 2013 or 14, there's not going to be time for them to build a new Batman because Nolan's thing is done, a Wonder Woman, a new Green Lantern because the Green Lantern movie failed, Aquaman, Flash, and from what I'm hearing, the Man of Steel movie isn't going to be connected either. It sounds like the rumor is that there's going to be a new Superman if they make this Justice League movie, and I just think, I don't understand why they would do that. They have this Man of Steel, it's coming out. Okay, we've heard it's going to be grittier, the plot line may be a little darker. We still have yet to see, but Superman still has the ability to be Superman, the Superman that we love, the beacon of hope, the light, the hero, the savior for the universe, but just in a dark place with his villains or with what's going on. He's the one that needs to be not dark and overcome all that, and that's great. So why can't we tack on a little Justice League ending? This is the beginning of his career, from what it looks like in this Man of Steel movie. So, and being the first superhero the greatest superhero, debatably for some. Why not start the Justice League at the end of his movie? The idea that this is going to happen, but not so much that the very next movie's got to be the Justice League, but build it up a little bit. On the other hand, some people are saying that because they're so well known, as opposed to the second-tier Marvel heroes that are now super popular, Iron Man, Thor, that you could go with a Justice League movie right off the bat, and people would know Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. And that's kind of true because of the 70s Wonder Woman show and all the Superman and Batman stuff that we've seen for years and years. But the rest of the heroes aren't that well known, and I think part of the reason that people care to see an Avengers movie is because we were already invested in the characters of Thor, Iron Man, Hulk, Hulk not so much maybe, but we had been built up to see this great Avengers movie, and it was great, and it was a great superhero romp. And we could have that with Justice League, and it could happen if they just do Justice League blankly without building it up first. And they're also talking about Wonder Woman now, and it just seems to come out of left field. Oh, now we're going to do it. We're just going to give it to somebody, and they're just going to take your time. And even if it takes 10 years, 5 years, you have all the nuts and bolts in place, and then you end up with something really great as opposed to trying to rush things out. Well, that's all I got to say for now. Thanks, everybody, and remember, always look up in the sky.